Wary of people in general. You're not alone. For many, suspicion sits just beneath the surface. The sense that others are waiting to cut us out, ready to pounce on a mistake, to lay the blame at our door. It can make us defensive to protect ourselves from being hurt by people we cannot trust. When we look at the world with suspicion, we find ourselves checking and rechecking. Are the bank and businesses treating me fairly? Are politicians quietly working against us all? Living in a state of distrust can be exhausting. And then there is jealousy, that most personal form of distrust. It can be comic in others, but painful when it is ours. Perhaps you've felt the pull of scrolling through your partner's messages or searching a lover's pockets for evidence. Whether justified or not, jealousy can gnaw at the spirit. So how do we heal jealousy and suspicion? One cause of jealousy is a suspicious imagination of the ego, proud about its sense of honour, which, like a vainglorious cock, jumps into battle with rivals. Emanuel Swedenborg, the 18th century philosopher, points to another possible cause. He contrasts an unhealthy jealousy with an understandable jealousy, one that might arise in a good marriage, a form of jealousy which is a kind of guardian, a just and prudent zeal, he says, that protects a love meant to endure. I'm talking about trust, that fragile, vital glue that holds us all together. Can we trust people we know to be honest, fair and reliable? Yes. The appropriate level of trust is essential if we are each to work together, resolve our differences and form an intimate partnership. We learn the capacity to trust early, as infants in the arms of our caregivers. Forming a secure attachment teaches us that the world can be safe. Those who grow up with such trust are more likely to extend it to others. Those who don't may become wary, always waiting for betrayal. Trust is not just a personal virtue. It is the foundation of intimacy, of teamwork, and even economic growth. A society without trust fragments, frays, and slows down. Yet being trustful makes us vulnerable. It opens us to hurt, and so we hesitate. We keep to ourselves. Too much of this, and in doing so, we do risk loneliness. Chronic distrust, researchers tell us, is linked to anxiety, paranoia, and even ill health. So how can we learn to feel comfortable about being more trusting? I would suggest the answer is to do with trying to have better relationships with others. Now, you may have heard of the Golden Rule, which does appear in many spiritual traditions. Jesus said, "Do unto others as you would have them do to you." The Buddha taught, "Hurt not others with that which pains yourself." And Hindu scripture echoes the same truth. Treat others as you would wish to be treated. Emanuel Swedenborg urged a similar charitable attitude. It is to see others from the perspective of what is good in them, so far as we can prudently do so. This does not mean blind expectations. It does not mean naivety. Reliance on their conduct should be joined with our discernment, a fair-minded confidence tempered by caution. It is easier said than done, of course, but the effort does matter. By becoming more aware of where the other person is coming from, we then give ourselves a better chance of being less wary of them. We do this by more accurately distinguishing between their innocent remarks, fairly made criticism, things they say only in the anger of the moment, and any actual hostile put-downs. In addition, Swedenborg also suggests another way of trusting others. It is when we are ready to see love and wisdom permeating everybody in the universe. This is a deep form of awareness that no one can prove exists, but which seems to arise in those who can see the higher dimension of life, beyond the mundane and trivial, and above the adversity and hardship around them. So I agree that at the deepest level, our trust belongs not so much to other people per se, but rather to the good in them. A goodness, I would say, belongs to the world itself. Now, I think that becoming aware of this goodness permeating the universe is a question of spiritual awareness, because it originates in the divine itself, the source of all that is hopeful, in which I can put my faith. Perhaps then trust is not merely a risk, but a calling, an invitation to build a world where suspicion gives way to connection, where we are neither credulous nor cynical, but instead hopeful, discerning, and at peace. Because when we trust wisely and with care, we make it possible not just to work together, but to live together, fully, humanly, and well. If you found this interesting and helpful, why not click my other video, How Do Humans Cope When Life Shakes Confidence? Because in it I explore where true confidence might come from and how to rebuild it when life knocks us off balance. Thanks for watching.